Welcome back to this Team Eagle training. My name is Lloyd Ross, and this topic is why Isagenix. So the last training was why network marketing. And of course, there are lots of network marketing companies out there. Why is Isagenix the best in our eyes? Why would you want to align yourself with Isagenix and build a legacy income for your family and legacy business and put your ladder up against this wall of Isagenix? Why? I want to answer that right now for you so you can understand that just by faith step, or you've attracted it, or whatever, luck, whatever it is, or maybe you've looked at all the companies, you've chosen Isagenix, whatever it is, I want you to know that you happen to have stumbled across the greatest network marketing company in the industry for all the reasons I'm going to explain to you, okay? Now, for us, thankfully, by some amazing serendipitous thing, we happen to stumble into this as our first company, and now we're in our 10th year. We've had a decade with Isagenix, which is incredible. And it's just every time we rise up more, we grow more, we dig deeper, the company gets better, which means its culture is deep. It is deep-seated in goodness and high values and integrity and innovation and fun, and it's just goodness. It's actually the longest career I've ever had personally. We're in 10th year. I've never been associated with anything as long as that. Okay. So it's credence to how good it is, because if I found that it compromised my values, I found if I dug deeper and the people weren't as good, or there was something going on, I wouldn't be able to put my ladder up against the wall, because it's my own reputation and it's my own. I want to be part of something that adds value to my life and my family's life and the world and the planet, and all these things are important to me. So, hey, you just happen to be in the best one as far as I'm concerned. So there are lots out there, but nothing like Isagenix. And people say, oh, you say that because you're in it. No, there are people that have come from other companies at a very high level that when they come here, they just stay here. It's just like home. And so, yeah, I'm sorry if you've been through other network marketing companies that haven't been a good experience, but this is about to change for you, because this is just the best. So yeah, you'll see people, even if they come in Isagenix and they stay for a fair while and they go somewhere else, they get a very rude shock when they leave this company to go to another one, because they realize how special this is. So I want you to take that. If you can take it to your heart and remember it, that would be great for you. I have to tell you it's just the best, right? So here's why it's the best. Okay, so I can give you some evidence as to why I formed that opinion myself, apart from the 10 years of experience we have. Firstly, it's got transformational and consumable products. You notice I didn't just say transformational, and I didn't just say consumable. There are consumable products all over the world, okay? But these Isagenix products are consumable because that allows us to build a recurring income, and it's food-based where people do spend a lot of money, which is important for the compensation, which I'll come to later. But it's also transformational. Now, what I mean by that is, like, we have thousands of people who are using Isagenix products, hundreds of thousands, and getting absolutely unbelievable transformational results in their health, their body, their confidence, their own being, everything, right? Because the products are scientifically backed and naturally produced and well produced and of very high quality, the highest quality in the world. And they've been assessed against the heart healthy diet that doctors prescribe, and they are scientifically proven, which I'll talk about, to be twice as good. So like it's twice as good as the next best thing that doctors prescribe. That's why it works and it's consumed. And that's why Isagenix is the best company on the planet, because it has transformational products that help people get results they can't get anywhere else, and they consume them, reorder them every month. It's a wonderful business combination. Okay. Talk about business opportunities. That's why it's so good. Okay. Scientifically backed products that change people's lives and impact the planet in a positive way. What better company to be a part of than that? Industry leading compensation plan. So what I mean by that is that, you hear of these companies out there, and they are out there, where all the people that got in early and all the big people that started at the top make all the money. And that's true. They do. Which sucks. It sucks. That's why I don't like any of those traditional companies. Frankly, if we weren't building with Isagenix, I probably wouldn't be in network marketing, because the industry is amazing. The concept is amazing. But some of the companies, like, you can't get paid for the work you do. And it's not residual recurring. It's not unlimited depth. And it's not all these amazing things. So it's like, the juice isn't worth the squeeze anywhere else over there. what is beautiful about Isagenix is the compensation is equally equitable at any point in time that you start. There are people I know who have started in the last few years, literally in the last, there's a guy I know specifically, he's a top income earner in Europe. Michael, he's a friend, great friend. And we're about to catch up with him in a couple of weeks in Arizona in America. Just with him in Orlando. Wonderful guy, right? Now he came into this business 4 years ago. He wasn't at the top. He wasn't the start. He wasn't early. Isagenix had been around 18 years before he started, and he just clicked over a position called Platinum, which is amazing. And he is now one of the top income companies, number 80 in the world or something. It's wild, right? He didn't come in like it's anyone's. That's what I love about it. It's very equitable. I love equitable opportunity. I love equal opportunity. I don't like equal outcome because I don't feel that's victimhood. That's like, oh, we all deserve the same. No, those who come in with ambition, commitment, skill, focus, patience, and nice to people and kind and all that, they're going to win, right? So he's all those things. And he won. And I think of our story too that I said before. We came in Australia. Isagenix had already been here for 7 years before we even started. And all the people seemingly had already made all the money in Australia. There was people making $1 million in a year. It was crazy. Of all the platinums in the world, they seem to be popping up in our city every single week. No joke. So we came late to the party, but we've hit the top 100 in the world. We've hit the top, like we've had all these incredible experiences. So it didn't matter when we came in. Okay. It just doesn't matter. And and the fact that a lot of people make money with Isagenix, not just the people at the top or came in early, the people with the skills, but a lot of people in the company and a ton of people in our team. We've helped probably now over 100 people get to 5-figure incomes and a handful and maybe more getting 6-figure residual income. It's incredible, right? And so even just in our team, and if you did like a little poll in our whole team, right, of 100 distributors, you ask them who's made money, all of them will put their hand up. And that is testament to this compensation plan. You get rewarded for the effort you put in with this company. And that's why we love it. Okay. So if you want to work smart and work diligently and hard and consistent, you're going to get paid. Simple as that. And I love that. And that's not the same for other companies. So it is world leading. But what is beautiful about it is it's residual, it's unlimited depth, and it's recurring, and it monetizes every single conversation after the one you first had, and all over the world. There's no limits to it. It's insanely amazing, right? And there are some people who come from other companies at a very high level that have canned their position and come into Isagenix and dominated and stayed because it's so good. A friend of ours who's probably the number 2 behind Ray Gore, I think could be part number 1. His name's Fraser Brooks, and he's arguably the greatest online network marketing trainer in the world, right? His book, I Dare You, is something I'd encourage you to read. He actually says, hey, your company, and he deals with all the companies all over the world, right? He's like, your company, just so you know, amazing products. Secondly, he goes, their compensation plan is ridiculously good. It's like, he goes, you guys like get enrolled someone and get a car. And he's obviously joking, but he just knows it's amazing because he's seen all these companies. So if he says that too, and he sees them every day, that's also another big tick for Isagenix's leading compensation plan. But the best way for you to learn the compensation plan is to participate in it. And we're going to talk about that in the training as to what it is, how you earn, how much you can make, and all that stuff that I spoke about in more detail. But you have to know, you have to know that it has the world leading compensation plan, because the founder, Jim Coover, and the former CEO, they've actually retired now, but when he created Isagenix with his wife, Kathy, and John, I forget his last name, the minerals man, when they came together and formed Isagenix, Jim was actually the world leading expert in compensation plan design and implementation. He actually took the Cambridge diet and scaled it to absolute success and became a billionaire. He's a really clever guy and an amazing man. And we've met him many times. I've spoken with Jim, I only spoke to him in Cabo a couple of years ago, right? He's amazing. And his genius is in this comp plan. And that's why it's so good, right? So there you go. John Anderson, his name is John Anderson. The original formulator, he's since passed away, sadly, but amazing legacy they've got, right? Here's something massive, okay? Culture and values of Isagenix. Charlie Munger, who's Warren Buffett. Now, Warren Buffett is the greatest investor who's ever lived. He also is one of the wealthiest guys. And I think he's number 6 wealthiest man in the world, wealthiest person in the world. And he's worth about $100 billion. Now, his right-hand man, Charlie Munger, is considered one of the wisest, widely wisest people in the world. And if you go on, he's about 98 now, and he's one of my mentors, him, Warren Buffett. And what Charlie Munger says is, he says, if you're ever going to buy a great business or invest in a great business, he said, culture is the most underestimated thing. So when it comes to, because companies are going to go through, they're going to go through different technology innovations, they're going to go through different times, they're going to go through wars, they're going to go through recessions, they're going to go through they're going to go through so much transition and change over a 100-year period, right? Or even a 10 and 20 and 30-year period. So he said, because they're going to engage in these changes, he said the culture and the values are what is most important, because technology comes and goes, people come and go out of a company, like people stay and, quit and leave and come, and that's all very good. But if a company is going to be a legacy company, it has to get through all those challenges. It has to get through all those changes. It has to be adaptive. It has to attract good people. It has to do all those things for quite a long time, which is a very challenging thing to do. Business is a very competitive landscape. But he said, if the culture is very effective and it's intact and it's the core of the business and the values are there, it'll get through any storm. And I think that is what makes Isagenix such an effective legacy company to put your ladder against, because it has, and I quote, the greatest culture I have ever engaged in or seen in any company I've ever been associated with in the world, ever, in any industry. Boom, hands down, frankly. And our whole Team Eagle culture is a byproduct of the Isagenix culture. And mine and Alicia's lives and how we are with our family and how we are with life is a byproduct of the culture we've been injected with Isagenix, just so you know. So its culture is unprecedented, amazing, incredible. And the values are the same, okay? So customer and distributor friendly, long-term thinkers, which is what we love. Do what's right for the planet and do what's right for the customer and do what's right for the associate, and they care about people and they don't cut corners. You have to understand that's so important. There's a lady, she was with Isagenix. She didn't understand the business, because people, they ever leave Isagenix, they just don't understand two things. They either don't understand the compensation plan, or they don't have self-belief. I don't know, something's going on there, because once you understand this, you'd never leave, right? But anyway, she left and she started this other company, she started with another company, and it was younger and it was, developing its culture and all these things. And there's some people making some extra money over there, and fast money attracts all the people, and they go over and, attracts all the ducks, not the eagles, the ducks. And you'll learn more about that next training video. And they all go there. And so she's like, Lloyd, there's this new opportunity and it's amazing. People are making money. Do you want to come over here and do this? And I was like, absolutely not. And she said, well, but people are making money. I said, well, look, what you don't understand is you don't understand this. So I'm going to try and teach and help and add value. And she was open to it. And I said, look, what you want to look for is it's all about the culture, because companies will go through amazing spurts of growth. They'll go through plateaus and they'll go through periods of negative growth. That's just the nature of it. Nothing goes up in a perfect line. The only thing that's ever done that is Bernie Madoff's Ponzi scheme, and he wound up doing multiple life sentences. Nothing goes up in a perfect line. So every company is going to encounter challenges. Every company. I want everyone to know that. So yes, there might be one at the moment that's like, yeah, look at all the people making the money. They're going to hit a challenge. And here's what's interesting. If the culture and the values aren't ingrained and solid in there, it'll disappear, and you'll have zero legacy business. All that work you do, wrong company, they're shut down now because they suck, because they had no culture and values. They hit a challenge and they died. That happens all the time. Do not put your ladder up against a company that does not have culture and values of this, okay? These are important. These are far more important than what you think, okay? This is what we love about it. Go on forever. Strong financial and industry position, okay? Now, Isagenix doesn't have any debt. It's got huge financial power because it's got equity investors with, I think it's about $100 billion of value behind them to be able to inject the right things at the right time. And it's got wonderful financial management at head office. Like, they're very diligent capital allocators. They are, it's coming from a very strong financial position, okay? strong brand. It's got a lot of momentum. It's a very much a legacy company because most companies you wouldn't want to join if they haven't been around for 10 years, you wouldn't want to join them because they're just not proven and it's too risky. Okay. So Isagenix been around now for 20, just over, I think around 21 years. So it's young enough to keep growing, which is cool, but it's also old enough where it's got its culture in place. It's strong financially. It's got everything, it's proven, which is what you want. And this is important too, because it's still like youngish, there's still room for global growth and scalability. So since we've been in, we started, there was just America, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and maybe Hong Kong. There was like 6 or 7 countries only. Since then, there's been another like 20 open up. So now we have customers in the UK, in Europe. The UK wasn't around when we started. Then Europe, we've got customers in Europe and distributors in Europe. You'll meet them through the team calls and stuff. We've got customers all over the world, right? But what's cool is we're just about to now open in Dubai, and we're just about to now open in other areas. Now, there's huge amounts of population there. Like there's probably another 50 countries we could open up to over the time, right? You just never know. And so that's what's cool about it. We're not yet in every country. And I think that's what's cool about the opportunity that lays before you over the next 10, 20, and 30 years. You can be part of that growth, right? So it's awesome. Now, here's something to understand about the products, because if you don't have a good product, okay, speaking of good products, have a little sip of this. I go to E-Shots. I have one of these every morning instead of a coffee. My favorite product, I think. That and the dairy-free smoothie that I have every day too. So scientifically validated wellness. Okay, so here we go. 21 years. There you go. 21 years. 21 years of results. Since 2002, Isagenix has been a world leader in creating results-driven holistic health products. A world leader. 175 products globally, spanning nutrition, beauty, aging, stress, sleep, energy, recovery, all the things the world needs right now. And how about this? 20. I thought it was 13. It's actually 20. 20 peer-reviewed, scientifically approved, university-led, real, primary scientific evidence publications, independent science review and approved clinical trials and clinical research on our products, and they've all been published to journals. 20. These are the journal articles, and you will learn how to find them, that when you see these, they assessed Isagenix, the system, against the heart healthy diet that doctors prescribe, and they found it worked twice as good as the next best thing. This is why it's an incredible company, right? 18 human studies, clinical research, as well as in-house pilot studies to validate transformational results. 18 plus. That's why Isagenix, because the products are so good. Now, what's cool about when you're with a company where the products are so good, you're building a business with products so good, that people they will go out there and they'll use it, they'll get results, and they might go off and try something else. They'll always come back to Isagenix. We've had customers come and go, like they go off and they come back and they go, oh, this is the only thing that's ever worked. I'm back. I'm like, great. It's so sticky like that. So you'll see, you'll just find that nothing works as good. And I think that's such a massive competitive advantage in business, that you have products that no one else can match. It's just such a huge advantage, right? You're well ahead of the game even before you start. All right. Here's some important things you need to know about Isagenix. It was established in 2002, April 2002, I just found out. Done almost 9 billion in sales since 2002, which is huge. 23 markets globally, okay, which is awesome. Operating in 23 markets, 23 countries, okay. Over 50 million now USD given to charity. There's a journey to zero waste in the packaging in the next 5 years, which is awesome. Now, check this out. This gives credence to the compensation plan again. Over 400 individuals in the company have earned over $1 million cumulatively in their Isagenix business. We are one of them. Okay, so can it be done? Absolutely, it can be. Because we did it and we were crap. And so you can do it. If you're crap, you can do it too. Just got to stay in it long enough to get good enough, right? That's all you got to do. You got to grow, you got to commit, you got to do things. But yeah, over 400. I think it's probably more than that now. This is gonna tick up. This is gonna go to 1,000, 2,000, 10,000. It's just, you either want to be part of that or you don't, right? 20 peer-reviewed publications, including top-tier science journals since 2002. Okay, internationally trusted and respected. Like, yeah, it's just what a wonderful company to be a part of. So here's a picture of head office in Arizona, in Phoenix. So incidentally, what's really interesting fact about this, there's the team, the CC, Jim Coover that I spoke about earlier. He's right at the front there with his wife, Kathy. They've since retired. They're still owners of Isagenix, but they've retired from being there because they're like in their 70s, 80s, like they're older now. There's Jim at the front, who we know personally, wonderful people. We've met and we know a lot of these people in head office, wonderful team. You can see, right? It's an incredible company. Now, in 10 years, we have never been to the head office ever. But in 2 weeks, we're actually going to a mastermind at head office for the top 100 income earners. And we're going to have a head office tour for the first time in 10 years, or 9.5 years. Can you believe that? How cool is that? I'm excited for that. So yeah, you may have seen it before us, but there it is, right? It comes from America. So North American company and sprawled over the world. So there we go. All right. Hope you've learned a lot about why Isagenix as a company is so good and why you are so fortuitous, lucky, or intelligent, whatever you are. You have actually stumbled across the greatest network marketing company on the planet. And that's why I'm super excited for you. So you're going to get amazing results from their health products. Of course, that's just that's the most important thing. The second thing is you're going to be able to earn money finally in network marketing, which is cool, but you're going to become a better person because the cultures and values are going to be injected into your family. Like you're going to take away so much more than this, than just an amazing body and an amazing bank account. You're going to take away an amazing set of rules to live a life by that people will just be look at your life and go, you just live well. And I think that's what I love the most about what Isagenix has given us. So obviously we want to give everything back to them. They've just been such an instrumental part of us living a great life. So here's the exercise time. We want to bring your belief levels up in the company and the products. So they do have a podcast. If you listen to this podcast, you'll get to realize how amazing it is. So this is all the homework task is for this particular training piece, which is actually just to listen to an episode of the Isagenix podcast show and maybe share an episode with a friend. Okay, maybe share an episode with a team member, a friend, a customer. If you've got customers, share it with them. Get them to listen to this podcast, right? Because they talk about the science of the products and all these cool things. But I think also, and we talk about it later, probably the best way for us to build our belief in the company was to attend events. Like they have corporate events that run throughout the year. Get yourself to one of those and your belief in the company and what you learn about it will go up. But I really hope this has really raised the bar for you and you realize what you've got in your hands here. So go ahead and scan the QR code, complete this exercise, tune in, plug in, build your belief in this incredible company. And I'm so excited that you're part of it and you get to do this with us. And I'll see you on the next Team Eagle training video.